Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Now today's episode, you can see we've kind of gotten started. We're just laying out a little bit of a foundation for a new house that we're going to have in this world. And the whole point of this house is really to bulk this area up a bit, you know. If we walk in from this side, nothing's really happening. It's a little bit empty at the back there, so if we can get that to kind of fill in, I think it'll give us the illusion that this is a lot more full than what it actually is. Another thing, with those sheep, they are so annoying with that, like, you know, the glitch where they just glitch out of fences. I don't know why that couldn't be fixed. It's really just, it takes the whole point of having a fence away. Every time you log in, sheep are gone. Like, yeah, we've got blue sheep everywhere. At least they're the blue ones. We can find them quite easy, but still, it's annoying. It's annoying to say the least. So, there we go. Now, let's talk about what we are doing with this little area here, this house that I was telling you about. Now, I did tell you in the last episode, I've messed around with certain ideas in creative, and one of them is this house, but I don't think we're going to go 100% with what I've done, and that's mainly because I want to change. I normally, if I do anything, I would probably change it along the way, hopefully make some better changes than what I've kind of got going on in the creative world. And aside from that, it's different when you build it with without a flat ground, you know. You got to account for a lot of different other things, like heights of buildings and making sure that it kind of fits in with the rest of them. So what I've done here is I've started to lay out a few of the bits and pieces, a few of the supports for this building, because I think that's a really good place to start. So maybe we'll go 5, see how 5 looks here, 5 by 5 by 5 type thing. And yeah, as I say, it's a really good way to get your idea of how this building's going to look. We can leave that one there, that's fine. Actually, no, we can't, because I'm going to get rid of it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to just lay this building out, and it's going to be in an L shape. So it's going to go around that way and this way. And I'm thinking the door will be on this side. And the reason for that is we've got doors facing that way all over the show. And we want our base to not be, I don't know, we don't want our base to only face that direction. You know, it needs to be varied up a bit. We've got a door facing that way. Those two facing that, or 3 places facing that way. That's the only one that doesn't have a door facing in the same direction. What's that? East. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm probably gonna have to move this. It doesn't really look too good. But yeah, I'll get the frame in and then we can see how we go. Okay, so I think we have pretty much got majority of this in now. I'm probably just gonna add a few more beams in the middle here, just so it looks as good. Like it kind of matches up on the inside as it does on the outside. And the way we've done this is we've kind of I'm trying out a new kind of idea of just building in a few more blocks. So, for instance, we got this 5 by 5, 5 by 5, and 5 by 5. I want to see how this goes for us. And of course, we will be trying to get that type of a thing going on the top, where we've pushed out the top a little bit more. So that might be a 7 by 7 or so, or I don't actually know how it works out when it goes around here. Oh, this might even overhang a little bit, which could actually be kind of interesting. So yeah, that's what we're currently looking at. I just want to see how this looks completely, because I did keep jumping down, running back up, jumping down, running back up. You know, that actually might work. Having the stairs going up to the door there, and then probably some stairs going up here, I'm thinking, to the house over there. Originally, I thought we would have the entrance here, and another entrance up there for the top house. But I think it might be kind of cool to have some stairs going up that way, and mess things up a little bit, you know, just kind of spice it up, see what happens. So the inside, I'm thinking, I did get a bunch of cobblestone just in case we needed it. So let's give some cobblestone a try. I want to keep the bottom really bland and not as interesting as the top. But I mean, it's not going to be a boring bottom, but I think it just might be a little bit less than what we would be, well, a little bit less decorating than what the top should be, because that's kind of the way we've done it. It's really easy bottom, top does a bit more with the roof and stuff like that. So let's give it a try, see how it goes. Make sure I leave those gaps open, yep. I like to keep gaps like that open, so when I come into the inside, I know that I can take away stuff and make the room a little bit bigger. So that's good that we've got them out like that, so let's try this out. I'm really enjoying this type of building style. It's for me now, it's coming easier to do because I've been practicing and I've been doing a few builds like this, which has really made it a little bit easier to kind of go faster. I didn't bring any more cobblestone. That was silly of me. We should have some more there. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I actually, just before this, I went and mined up all this cobblestone. But my first mining session, I forgot that I was I was holding the silk touch pick. So we've got a bunch of stone as well, which was a bit silly of me, but that's expected. As per usual, you would expect that from me. So there we go, did not disappoint. Now, let's have a look at this. I want to just see how it's looking. And step back, wham. Yeah, that's alright. I can kind of visualize it. I mean, it's not that we're not going to do any decorations to the bottom. I think it's just a matter of adding a bit to the bottom to make sure it does look good. I'm going to take away these around here because they were not intended to be there. They were just kind of me marking out my area that I was going to build in. There we go. Yeah, that's alright. And we can always try something like maybe a baby window in there or something like that eventually. But for now, we'll keep it closed because we're building. And maybe put like a few low-level windows to let a little bit of light in, but not too much. In fact, that one and that one there, and for that matter, everything else doesn't have bottom floor windows. And I think it works really well with this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay the floor in, maybe put a door in, try work out a little bit of the bottom, and I think we might have to move a bit of stuff around here to get some stairs going up to the top. But I think this is going very good. Very, very good so far. Alright, I've just laid out a little bit more of this, and I want to kind of have a look. I haven't actually stepped back to have a look at what this is looking like. Yeah, I actually didn't end up doing what I said I was going to do, which is put the stairs and the door in there. But I have put these stairs up here, and I think this is going to work really well. We've even got a little spot there where we can put a little garden, and I'm not too sure what I'm going to do here. Maybe we do that one there, and that'll step up perfectly. Well, one little problem I've had is I didn't really think this far, but we've put a layer of stairs, so stone brick stairs around here, but we can't put them there because if we did that, we wouldn't be able to walk down. So say, for instance, we had one there, we walk down these stairs and we'll get stuck. So I've kind of wrapped it around here, and I don't think it's going to be a big problem. In fact, it might even help the build out, making it look a little bit more kind of lopsided or a little bit less stable, which is I'm fine with that completely. What I might do is, because I've just added some of these, I might grab these out. So now the next step I think will be putting in a scaffolding kind of like these ones here, like what I did for the bottom, on the top, and I'm probably going to go with the oak logs again. I really, really love them, so that's pretty much why, and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, so I've put them in, and yet again, we do have a little bit of a problem with this door here. But I'm not too concerned with it, because I think it might actually still, as I say, work, and it won't pull that far away from it, I'm sure. I'm probably making more of a deal with it than what it should be, so how about we leave that? Okay, now, just having a look at that, that actually doesn't look too bad. Now, what I've got to consider is, does the floor come to this level? Yeah, it does. So we'll have the floor in over here, which means 2 and a bit, plus the roof. So we do have the roof in this one, which is, I keep looking at that thinking it's another one of those diamond zombies. I'm like, oh yeah, but nah. So yeah, that's probably a good idea to just consider that we do have a roof, and we've already got 3 high, then the roof. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What I think I might do is see how high we're going to put this roof. Maybe start with the roof next before we add in the blocks over here to kind of make this area look a bit nicer, fill in the walls, basically. So let's go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Does that look... That might be a good height to put a roof here. And I'm thinking for the roof, we're going to go to that side and to that. Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to explain it. So we're gonna be doing a roof that direction and that direction, mixing in with each other. Is that a good height? Is that 6 or 7? Did I go? Yeah, that looks good. That will work. And we'll leave that pillar in there, by the way. That pillar is gonna be there for support. We'll also do one because we've got one there and we've got another, because I told you we're gonna be doing the roof like that. We'll do that one up to 6 as well. And see how that looks. I'm probably just going to go wing the roof now, guys. I don't know what I'm going to be doing for it in terms of keeping it kind of mixed up, kind of like that one and that one there. And actually, can I quickly take time out to say the problem with our barn was actually that the roof was just too big, and it's not a bad shape. You can see it's not a terrible shape. It's a barny shape. It's, as I say, it's probably one of the better looking kind of shapes we could have done there, but there's just something lacking from there. In fact, we might still add in a few open windows or something at the top, but I think adding that little piece on the top did help a bit, and we want to avoid getting issues like what we had there. So I'm probably going to put in a kind of thing like that, but we're not going to mess it up as much as we messed that one up. Man, that one took me way too long. So I'm going to get into it, and we'll see how it goes. Here we are. It's looking really good from my angle, but I mean, who knows what it's going to be looking like from down there. Let's try break that fall a little bit. So this would probably be the longest kind of time that I've taken on this build, and I mean, oh, that actually doesn't look bad at all. I've tried something over here where originally I had the cobblestone when I did these arches here. I originally just had cobblestone blocks, and I thought, hey, I want to try out what stairs would look like. I'm still not 100% sold on it because it might end up changing a little bit depending on when we get a bit closer to the finishing stages of it. But yeah, the roof was a bit of a struggle in the middle, you know, the same point here by this door where it's just not the same as everywhere else, but I think it's really come along quite well. So that's looking all right. Looking good there, looking good everywhere, actually. One problem we might run into, which is all right because we've got a little bit of floor here to play with, is I didn't really have a look at how much space inside here we have. In 3, that's not too bad, actually. That'll be enough to get a nice cozy little house, and the space up and down, but I'm beginning to think that could be all right. We can slab the top over here, and that will create a lot more space, and then also at the top there we should have more than enough space with the roof and stuff. Now, what I'm going to do with these walls here is I've got an idea. I've got sort of an idea of what we want to do. I want to put some spruce stairs in here to push it back, kind of like what we've done in there. I think I can zoom in there. Whereas those are actually using oaks. We're going to be using them on the other side, so kind of slanting upwards instead of doing it like that. And I think that will create like a nice step, almost actually like that one there. You probably can't get too much depth from that, but we'll do that, and you'll see what I mean. And then we're also going to have to get a bit of a roof in, well, a bit of a different thing going on here, because this one here is what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 high, and that one there is only going to be, how many is that going to be? 4 as well. Might not even have a problem. Okay, 4 as well. But one thing I'm thinking is because this one's odd and that one's even, you can see there's 2 there, we might even just change it up a little bit. So we might do different windows on those 2, and then another kind of different windowy place up here, because we want this top piece to be the windowed part. So that's what we're going to do now. I'll go and try out a few things with walls and windows and all that sort of stuff, and I'll probably will just put this floor in to get it over and done with. So let's get to that. So I thought I'd bring you in for another update, and this has been quite some time now, actually not as long as the roof, surprisingly, but what I've done is I've put in clay originally, some of the good old white stain clay, which is what we used there and on that build there, but I thought we could change it up a bit, and I've been chopping down some trees to try get a few more saplings, and I've been chopping down acacia trees, and I've always been talking about it. I'm sure a lot of you guys may remember me saying stuff that I want to try using these acacia logs. They look so good when they don't show the yucky orange bit, and I don't know, I think it's a good change. I want to just walk out this way and see how it looks in comparison to the other builds. So let's have a look. By the way, I did do a little bit of a different thing on the odd numbered ones with some stone bricks, and I think that works quite well. Yeah, that's good. That's really good, actually. I've also put in doors, and the bottom, we're going to need to work out an entrance, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. That should be easy enough. So kind of got like a jumpy entrance there. We'll probably just put in a floor around here somewhere. Well, somewhere being right underneath our feet. And then we'll see how this looks as well. Because that's actually, this build's really probably one of the quickest builds we've done so far in this world, which is really good because it looks really, really nice. I'm thinking it looks really, really nice. So let's see how this looks when we've got everything together. Also probably should torch it up, which I don't have any torches. Oh well. Yeah, we're probably going to regret not doing it immediately very, very shortly. So let's just wait for that. There we go. And the last little bit, of course we'd fall one short. I'm really tempted to just put 2 slabs in there, but I know I will know that, so I'm not going to do it. Oh, this is a very short roof. You know, I'm not actually upset with that, though. I'm not too upset with the fact that this roof isn't too tall, because it kind of makes it look a little bit more cozy, I guess. And we can have a little bed in there. We can even do a little room there while we wait now, actually. Well, wait for what? I don't know. But while we're here, we may as well make a little bit of a room that we can eventually make into a house. Can we put that there? There we go. So yeah, this will eventually be a house. So we can have a cozy little room here. Maybe a bit of a kitchening area. And upstairs we can do a similar sort of thing. So let's have a look at what I've done up here. And we're not 100% finished. But here we've got a little bit bigger of a room. And also a bigger kitchen area. So we can even do the room here. Who knows? You know, I'm kind of feeling that these windows should have been a bit bigger. Because we've got a really nice view over there. I might change that sometime, but for now, that's what it's going to stay like. So the next point is we are going to have to fix up a little bit of outer details around here. So a bit of details there. We can even do the front there. And we can do some details there. So maybe a bit of the, what are these guys called? Trapdoors and something else just to break it up a little bit. And maybe we can do a window in the bedroom area here, just at the top. And in fact, I can remove that, can't I? Yeah, I can. Just to make this look uniform. And put one of these in there. That looks alright. That's good. And, you know, I'm not a fan of all the cobble. Let's actually get rid of this. Try something else out. So, this is pretty much, by the way, guys, what a lot of this stuff, when you see me build things, I end up doing a lot of it off camera. And it's a lot of this sort of stuff, just trying stuff out, putting things in, seeing how that works. And coincidentally, I like that. So that's pretty good. We can do stuff like that. And as I say, a lot of this just ends up getting done, and you might notice it, you might not notice it. But yeah, I think that looks really, really good. So just break it up a little bit there, because that would have been in the middle of that 5 wide beam. So I'm going to just do it there. In fact, it'd be pretty cool to have a little sneaky connection up there. So we did that, something like that. Go up for now. Put a door in here. This could be another entrance to our future sewer transportation thing. Wait, I had a bunch of doors in here somewhere there in there, and we wanted something else. Oh, trapdoors. That's right. So do we have any? That would be in here. There. We got plenty of trapdoors. So let's. That was not very smart. Let's go out here and check this out. Now, the first thing we wanted to do was let's put this door in. And I think I'll have to do it from this side to put that on. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's good. That'll work. And we'll go into... How do we go up to the top? We're going to have to pillar up. We'll do it for these ones here. In fact, we can do it for this side because this side is double. And it's the same thing as the other side. So let's go around here. So we... Man, I could have told you that was going to happen. Oh, I still did it, though. So let's do that. No. Yep. Good. Yep. Yep. That'll be alright. And then we can also go across there like that. Do it smartly this time. So there. And there. By the way, I've used some slabs to get rid of the ugly orange here. I think that might look alright. So let's just go down. All the way down. And have a look from afar. No, those aren't meant to be there. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Now, by the way, if you remember in the beginning of this series, I said I want to improve my building. Now, that's actually looking really good. I want to improve how, like, my building style is and kind of just fix up things. Because I didn't regard myself as too good of a builder. But I think we've come a long way in general. I've done a lot of just practicing in Creative Worlds, building stuff. And I think it's really playing out really nicely. But one thing that I think we need to practice, being me, needs to practice, is a bit of the interior stuff. We've got that one looking alright, but that was actually quite a bit of effort to get it to look alright. So I want to start messing around with interior sort of stuff around here. So getting this stuff in here, why... I wasn't meant to do that. Getting this stuff to look a little bit nicer in here, putting beds in, and working with some of the smaller things, which is, yeah, it requires a lot of kind of abstract thinking, and I'm really looking forward to learning that as well, because we want to become all-purpose Minecrafters, and I think that's a matter of just practicing, getting it right, and trying out new things. But the sun's about to go down, guys, which is quite a good thing, because what's going to happen now, all these lights will come on. There we go. And I'm going to say goodbye to you guys. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Tell me what you think about this. I'm still going to add in a few more things. Maybe get this to look a little bit different, because it looks very flat at the front here. But thank you very much, guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.